All right, it is now the minimum viable product, or the monthly due date. Just a couple hours until it's due. Been a long, hard road, but I'm here to point out what has and has not been reached for the MVP. So let's get that over now. Enemy functionality? Nope, no universe. This program is hard, and I'm not a programmer, so I did not make it that far. Asset generation pipeline, I'm feeling pretty confident that this has reached a level of competency that I would say, yeah, this is like pretty good. Player movement. This one, I'm feeling pretty happy with this. This is basically what most of my programming or blueprinting, whatever messing around with blueprints to make things is called. I don't know. The one that did not reach it there was combat. Combat is really not there. I have a system to do and take damage and store damage. I do not have the main wants of the combat system in, with the charge attack and the four directional combat stuff. Just combat is not there at all. So that did not make it. And then environment white box. I only got the player movement to be where I wanted it in the past couple days, and I can't fully make the levels without the movement abilities set in stone for, like, how far you could put platforms and stuff. So I do have something, but it's not a real playable level. It's only like the very beginning, just to see that's possible in the style that I want to make it in. So with that being said, we can move on, and then we're gonna be showing off the movement in my little dev area over here. It's not very big at all, but you don't need to be big at the moment, at least for what I have to show off. So, for starters, we can walk around. It's pretty nice. There's a crouch, which works indeed. Can't walk into this, but if I crouch, I can. So that functions. We have a sprint, makes you go faster, and we have a slide. And there's also a jump, and there is a dodge. If dodging will go whenever input you put in. If you're not putting in any input, you do a back dodge, like a back dash. Very, very Souls-esque. And another one we can show off here is we have a wall jump. So jump on the wall, and I can do this 4 times. I can do this 4 times until I have to become grounded again. It has a lot of force, so I have this just to show that off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't jump anymore. Also, you can't jump on the same wall, on the same like wall normal. So I can jump on this, but I can't. I can only jump once. I have to touch a different wall to do another one. So you can't just jump 4 times on the same wall. I have it so you can jump up the wall, because there's also a clamber. This has been the most difficult one, was this. I'm still not really happy with it, but if you are holding forward and it has like a ray cast, which I can show off later, it will make you climb up. And if it only does it if there's space. So here I do not climb up because there's no room for my character. Room here. I still need a little tweaking and animation to make it better. Maybe I have to slow it down a bit, so you kind of land. This is the least jank that I could get it with my skills. There's a lot. There's a lot for that. Oh, and the other thing, slide has gravity applied, so I can slide all the way down this. Like I'm playing some Apex Legends. Pretty exciting. Really happy with that. I have it so sliding, if you sprint and then hit crouch, you will always slide, but I also have it so that if you reach enough velocity and you crouch, you also slide. So I can dodge into a slide. I can do a dodge jump into a slide. Let me restart. So there's, if you are in a state where you think you would want to slide, you can slide. You don't have to I'm going fast enough, but I haven't hit shift, so therefore I can't slide. It's like, nope. As long as you slide, or as long as you're over the velocity cap, you will slide. And also, every time you sprint and then slide, you will also. So you don't have any dead slidings. Any Destiny gamers, they'll know dead slides make you want to chop your balls off. It's just the worst. And I think I'm trying to think what else I have. Oh, I have like a right now. I don't know if I want to dodge when crouch, but right now I have it so you dodge. It's not as strong as the stand dodge. You can dodge into a jump. Very happy with how this is going. Dodge and jump is pretty powerful, but you also have to remember that in this environment, I don't have a stamina bar, so I can do this infinitely in the game. This will take a lot of stamina, so You know, you're not just going to be chaining these over and over. All right, so I'm here. I'm just going to show all of the like ray casts for all of my programming actually playing the game. So I have my wall jump one. I have it so whenever you're falling, it's casting, and if it collides and you hit space, you do your jump. I might change it to make it so when you hit space, it only checks. But I know that's a thing that's theoretically possible. I just don't really know how to do it, and this works, and that's fantastic. The other one we have here. All right, I turned off the double jump one because it's really confusing. The next one I have is the clamber. So also whenever you're falling, it shows, and this is checking walls, right? So as you can see, this is my forward one, and that's my up one, and then it goes down to check if I can clamber there, and then the last capsule there is, and then here is where it wants to put me, and so it has to interpolate from where I was when it checked to where it wants to put me. And the biggest problem with the clamber system is the interpolation between those two distances. If I had it so I teleported, if it teleported me immediately, it would just work. Sorry, this wall I changed to be, this is like the maximum height that you can do with a clamber. I don't know why it's not working now. I think it's because yeah, I have to be completely straight on. I'm gonna change to this wall. Yeah, so that's where it would put me. Puts me there. That's the clamber system. Woohoo. I'm just going to do a little look over at the code. I'm not going to go too much into it, just to show that what I've been doing. Alright, so here we are in the level. This is basically where you're going to start. It has your little tomb. You're going to spawn out of it. You're going to like push open the top of it, and you're going to get out. Very, very dark and dreary game. This will be the spawn room. I have these that go up. They'll keep going up. I kind of wanted to add like a jumping puzzle. If you've ever played Dark Souls 3 in the Firelink Shrine, there's like some towers you can like drop down. I kind of want to do that as a little, like a fun little callback. Eventually you'll come back and like, oh shit, this is my starter room. That's awesome. I didn't realize that I was like located above it right now. There's gonna be a door here. I'm gonna have probably something you have to grab before it. This is just here. I don't know. I was looking at materials. This is the first hallway. I got some nice lighting. My lighting in here, I just have a default ambient light because I just wanted to light the room. But the lighting style thing I'm gonna go for is kind of this. I've set it so basically the fall off is really sharp. I really like that look. It reminds me of like what's this other game with the boat? It's like a Wind Waker lighting, which I find really cool. I just like that it's a bit more stylized and cartoony. I don't really want to make the super realistic Unreal Engine game. I find those kind of boring. Like, they look nice, but like, I don't know. I just don't really have an opinion on them. They don't make me feel anything. Another one here. I don't have a light in there. These rooms are identical. I just have a light in one and not in the other. And at the end of the hall is this. And these doors are going to open based on the cycle the moon is currently in. They're all the same door, so I'm going to change the actual moon symbol on them. They're just kind of all the same because that's what I've done so far. Oh, I forgot. I have to change this setting. Hold on. All right, sorry. I should have fixed it now. Yep. I'm going to put a slope here, so it's not this janky walk-up system, but because I'm going to have to re-import all this geometry anyways, I'm going to have to mess with the normals of... Not the normals. I'm going to have to mess with the UVs to actually texture it, so I just gave everything complex as simple, which I know is probably not good for performance, but like I'm not going to place all of those like custom collisions to have to re-import it and do it again. But anyways, you go up these stairs, and that's basically all I have, because I only finished the character controller yesterday to the parts I want, to have the ability and functionality that I like, all the edge cases, the mantle at least being somewhat suitable, being able to slide in more than just having to sprint first. This is kind of... I'm definitely not going to use the entire tower. This is as big as I've made like the radius of the tower for now, or the circumference of the tower. I might make it a little smaller, but I want to have a lot of room to work with, and it's not like I'm going to be going throughout the entirety of it. It's supposed to be relatively big and tall, but I might have made it too big, but I mean, I can change that very easily. I haven't really committed to anything yet. And yeah, that's the other area, and this is kind of all I got. See that health bar? I need to definitely fix. That's like a very beginner health bar just to make sure it worked, and that I could also attach a health bar to something. But that's how the game's looking so far. Simultaneously more than I thought I was gonna get done, and not as much. Like I didn't think I would have the movement system like to where it is now. I'm actually surprised at how far I got. I'm really happy with it. Like I didn't think there's gonna be bug that could be fixed with actually setting up my collision properly and not just using the jet pre-generated. But yeah, I think it's because the wall ends. Oh, something to think of. But I'm really happy with what I've got for the movement system. It's a lot farther along than I ever would have expected that I would have reached. And basically, I'm just a lot more optimistic and excited for the rest of the project now that I've sort of gotten something really difficult done under my belt. I can't wait to do some more. So that's the end of everything here, and hope it looks good next monthly.